You know, one thing I've learned over the last couple months, especially I want to say go as far as say the year of 2024, is that a lot of issues you have with yourself that you leave unaddressed will amalgamate into bigger ones, just like anything else in life. They'll snowball until it's unrecognizable and you have no clue how to approach it, what angle to look at it from, what perspective to see it at. And it's a scary feeling because you think yourself you understand it when you don't. Because it's your issue. So obviously, if it's your problem, you're going to understand how to approach it. And sometimes you won't. I think one of the things I've learned as I've gotten older, especially, is that, especially for me at least, I don't know if anybody resonates with this. I feel like a couple people might, but because of this hyper individual, like, I guess this hyper individualistic personality I made for myself growing up because of, you know, I didn't want to be a problem or a hindrance to the people around me. I wanted to be self-sufficient to a degree, as much as a kid could be, right? So that it would minimize the amount of attention drawn to me when I believed that there were more important things at task or at hold, excuse me. And as a result of that, growing up with that mentality in like my adulthood, I mean, I'm still a teenager, but you get the point. But now I can't ask for help unless it is at a point where it is unbearable. I have to be at my wit's end to even open my mouth and utter the words, please help me. And I think the scariest part about that is sometimes I won't even realize I need help. I won't realize that what's going on isn't good and I need someone to help me. I could be right in front of you, drowning, and you'll see it, and I won't. And I was thinking about that, and I think that's incredibly scary because anyone who wants to solve issues would feel like if I am so self-sufficient, I should understand myself enough to know when I need help, right? And the scariest part is in sometimes you don't, man. And it all lies down to this one simple sentence, and it's that you can't heal from a wound you won't acknowledge is there. Sometimes you just turn a blind eye and show plain ignorance to the problem at hand because you don't want to accept that you need help. Because it hurts your pride, it hurts your ego. For some of us, the idea of being vulnerable is the same thing as being naked in front of a crowd. You have to unstrip yourself, and it's just disgusting. But I want you guys to understand that inevitably, you have to let down those walls, because if you don't, you yourself will lose yourself. I've had so many instances where I've let things get so bad to the point where I become unrecognizable, and I have to lose my mind almost and come back as somebody different because the current me couldn't handle any of those issues at all. And I've learned to love people in a way that allows me to kind of keep them at a distance but near me, because I don't want them to get too close and understand that I obviously have my flaws and I'm not this guy who just supposedly can give advice and show care and compassion for others and not for himself, because ultimately that's kind of what I am, right? I don't really do that. I struggle with that. I try my best to, but when it comes to myself, man, I just can't give the same care and love and attention that I would give another person, which is kind of depressing to say out loud, because I'm so good at it with other people, and you'd think that because I'm so good at doing other people, it should be a cakewalk for myself, right? But it's not. And I kind of feel a little defeated when I think about it, because it's just like, is this really all I'm capable of? Am I only capable of negative thoughts towards myself? Am I not capable of positively reinforcing myself? Telling myself that, Nathan, you're this, you're that, and this and the third. And I want to get to a point in my life where I'm able to do that. I want to get to a point in my life where it's not scary to be myself, and I don't have to put on a character a lot of the times. And I feel like there's only a very small amount of people in my life that I'm genuinely comfortable with being myself around. That means my friends and sometimes some of the love interests I might have. And even then, especially with the love interest, it's very far and few between because I have trust issues too. Like it's just a whole bunch of plethora of issues that I have to work on. It's a new year, it's new me, and I plan on doing those things. But I want to make sure that people hear me when I say this. I'm going to repeat what I said earlier. You cannot heal from a wound you will not acknowledge is there. If you don't let yourself think and say, okay, this is not okay, I'm hurting and I gotta say something, because I know what it's like. I know what it's like to be hurting so much you don't even want to eat, you don't even want to sleep, you can't sleep. A broken heart is, people have died from it, and it's insane to say that out loud because it's an emotion, but it's something so intertwined with who you are and your being and your body and even your anatomy. It's just like emotions have such a profound effect on human beings. That's why I implore you guys to, if you need help, get that help. If you need to heal, because if you don't, it just will become a bigger wound until you can't really do anything about it anymore. But I think you always can come back from something, and your approach to your wounds with just putting a band-aid on it and not tending to it properly and care, disinfecting it, putting antibiotic ointment on it, and getting a bigger bandage, maybe getting some gauze to put on it, because you need more than that. And my analogy with first aid is to show that it takes time. There's steps to it, you have to go through it, right? So I hope that anyone who is listening to this will understand that it's okay, it's not a problem. And I truly wholeheartedly believe that there are people surrounding you that love you so much and care for you in a way that you wouldn't imagine if you just let them. And I'm no saint, and I'm telling you guys all this while I'm struggling to do it myself, so we're all in the same boat, right? But I hope you guys understand that it's okay, and that you're loved, and that there's nothing wrong with you for having your issues, and that you are worth helping. So it's okay to let down those walls, but do it on your own time and at your own pace. Because like I made that analogy earlier with all the first aid, there's steps to it, and it's a process. I hope anyone who's listening to this gets any semblance of insight to whatever issues they may be having. And it's my first video like this, with a voiceover rather than me talking to a camera, so I'm not sure how well this is going to come out, but I hope it comes out decently. Love anyone who's watching this. Take care of yourselves, guys. Make sure you drink enough water, enough sleep, and bye.